Hey guys, this is Ron from the Rideshare Culture. How is it going today? Haven't been on here in a long time. Haven't posted a video in a long time. Been very busy, but I did want to get on here real quick to get on some to talk about some things. Some things. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. What I'm gonna try to do. Actually, let me do this right now. Let me try to see if my audio is going through. Let me see if my audio is going through. Hold on. Rideshare. I gotta see my own channel through my own channel, right? Let me see some. See if it go through. Kevin is on the money. He's already here. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? From Lakeland, Florida. Hope everything's good with you. Let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me. I'm gonna try to see. Okay, so all right, so I can hear myself. Okay, he can say he can hear me. All right. Hope everything is good with you guys. I just want to give you guys like a quick update of what's going on. Basically, of course, I'm working the W-2 job, but I do want to talk about what's going on with these apps. So I we've been talking about InDrive for the past a month and a half. I did a video on InDrive, talked about how it works and all that, but I haven't done a ride myself, nor have I driven because I was under the weather. I was supposed to do it and give a report to Vinny at the Rideshare Garage. Unfortunately, I could not give that report because I was not feeling well. That's why you haven't been seeing me on the Rideshare Garage either. Just getting back, getting better. So, but nonetheless, I still do want to talk about InDrive and talk about the popularity of InDrive. And let me just start off by saying this is that I feel like InDrive, I'm hearing a lot of positive things about it on the regular blogs. Hey, Cray Cray, what's going on? How are you, Cray Cray? Day in the house. It's good to see you, Cray Cray. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I feel I'm 95%. If you can still hear nasal congestion, and I just got my taste back. Um, I did not have COVID. It was regular cold. So yeah, ride sugar rods all the way, right? But InDrive has been in South Florida. It's really doing very well in Miami. I see all the cars that are wrapped, and these are I'm looking at cars that I even knew, um, like brand new Toyota Highlanders, Honda Pilots that are brand new 2024 vehicles, being wrapped in that green to promote the InDrive brand. If you guys don't know what InDrive is, basically InDrive, it's a rideshare company. The driver is contracted, but the way that the driver gets paid is different. It's on a bidding scale. So basically, the passenger would get a recommended price from the InDrive algorithm. InDrive would say, hey, if you're trying to go from Miami Airport to South Beach, InDrive would spit out a price and say, okay, $22. You as a passenger can say, no, I want to pay 20 instead of 22. You put 20 into the system. If it allows you to send it, it'll let you send that $20 in to see if anybody else will be willing to accept that $20 fare. There are other options where the driver that receives that request, is going to be multiple drivers within the area. It's about, I think about 6 to 10. And what they'll do is they'll see that 20. Some may say, yes, I'll take it. And others will say, no, I'll do it for 24, $25 or whatever, $22. I've showed you guys that on the Rideshare Garage channel video on Vinny's page and on Driver and Styles page. You can check that out. It's about 2 weeks ago. I'll try to put the link in the description of that time we talked about it. But the driver has the access to say, no, I don't want to do it for this far, but I do it for more. And then the passenger can see what kind of car you drive, and also what InDrive does as well is that they push the idea that if it's a lady driver, if it's a woman driver, that if it's a woman passenger, they may be more comfortable getting a woman driver because now you can choose the driver rather than the app choosing for you. Um, I myself, I have opinion about that because you can look at it many ways. Two of the angles, because there's more angles to this. Is you can have a crazy, to me, a crazy passenger that's a guy that may want only women drivers, and then the other one could be where there that it could be a practice where there's a separation between women and men. I'm not really comfortable with that, but I understand the reason why they're doing that. Rideshare has been, in many cases, unsafe for some people. So I understand why InDrive does that, but it does work in other markets. So it's a bidding service. Cray Cray Nay says, okay, so it's like rideshare bidding. For the most part, it is. You get to see the car you're going to get and choose from that as a passenger. I mean, you get to see the person's profile picture prior. So you got a multiple list of people stacked. You see the face, the car they drive, and the ride type. One of the things that I would have liked them to do is if they could show the image of the car, because if you put Toyota Corolla, you don't know the year of the Corolla. Right? I mean, especially I'm just giving an example. I mean, who cares what the car is? But you might have people that be like, oh no, I don't want the 2010 Corolla. I want the 2018 Corolla. I don't know. There might be somebody out there like that. Who knows? But the people that's going to really win at this is the one that drive SUVs, in my opinion, because especially if your nameplate says Suburban or Escalade. Many people know Suburbans. Many people know Escalades. People know Corolla Camrys. Uh, People don't necessarily know Mitsubishi Outlander, as an example. That's why I wish they had pictures to see what the car would look like. Like, for example, Turo, when you have to run out the car, Turo, you have to take pictures of the car as a host. So then the public gets to see what the car looks like prior to them booking the car. So if I'm a passenger, I would like to see what the car would look like. And I'm not talking about a stock photo. I'm talking about a photo album or whatnot that the driver himself or herself took. They take pictures of the inside of the car, the outside of the car, the way that the passenger will look in the car. I don't know. I'm just bringing up this stuff in my head. I was thinking about this some time ago. That's just my opinion about the user interface of the app. I wrote in the Driven Desk Tesla, so now I only want Teslas. Craig, let me tell you something. These Teslas will get you hooked. I've been hooked with it, and that's my next thing that I want to talk to you guys about. That's about my experience with the Tesla rental. I should and I will make a separate video about my time with the Tesla. Uh, but let me go ahead and finish this start with the InDrive. Um, so it's a new competitor, third one up here in South Florida. I do hope that they will succeed and have growth. Like I said in the Rideshare Garage video live 2 weeks ago, I do believe the next market will be Boston, Massachusetts. Boston usually is a good market when it comes to rideshare for the company and for the driver themselves. For us here in South Florida, because we have InDrive, the driver may have a different behavior toward the passenger because of an agreement of a price. Uber and Lyft will tell you a price, especially with the upfront fare now, and that price will be so disrespectful to you. I received a request today near the Fort Lauderdale airport from basically the Fort Lauderdale airport basically to Boynton Beach, which is about a 40-minute drive and a 35-mile trip, and they were giving me an upfront fare of $23. Um, that is a disrespectful price, in my opinion. I did not take it because it would be a waste of time going up there. And also, Boynton Beach, I don't see any events happening in that area at the moment. I could have gone to West Palm Beach, but again, as you're a seasoned driver, you kind of know where you want to go to make the most amount of money. And I didn't see the trip to be worth it, especially with $23 for 45 minutes. That don't even work at all. But nonetheless, I believe InDrive will do a very great job with pairing a passenger and a driver together, and then we'll try to get rid of this whole driver against passenger, passenger against driver thing, as long as they agree on a price, and hopefully the cars are clean. Anyway, let's go to Tesla. My experience with the Tesla so far, I have been. in my Tesla since January of 2023. I've been in it 9 months with this Tesla, and Hertz Hertz has a lot of hiccups. I do have a lot of feedback for them that's constructive. Um, Even my time being in the beginning, and the first month was very good. It was easy to go, get things done. But there's no clear communication or hard line things. For example, getting maintenance. So I did not know by 10,000 miles you should get maintenance. And I was at the 10,100 mark. And the lady was like, I had told the lady, I said, hey, this thing is saying I need to do an inspection. Do you need me to go? What do you need me to do? And the manager of the office had specifically told me, no worries. Let me see your account number for the car. Okay, gave it that to her. And she said, okay, no worries. I took care of it. So in my mind, I'm like, fine, no problem. Now I get to 20,000 miles. The lady's like, you need to go get this car checked. You didn't do the first time. So what are you talking about? I'm sorry, not 20,000, 15,000. So you got to get this car check. You didn't get it checked last time. I said, when I came last time with this notice about an inspection, she told me that it was taken care of, and I allowed that slide because I believe that she's the manager of the office. The manager office, the same lady who told me she took care of it, comes by and says, I never said that. So now we have an incompetent issue, and I'm not sure who the lady is. Again, she's dealing with a whole bunch of rideshare drivers. Not only that, she's also dealing with the Hertz uh, um, a car sales department, which is literally right next to the office of the rideshare Tesla thing. Well, not even rideshare Tesla, but more the rental for Uber drivers in that right there. So anyway, Craig Day says I heard Hertz is a terrible. It's terrible to rideshare drivers. You know, to be frank, Hertz does have. They're not nice to the rideshare driver. I believe that the customer service is not in the states. I believe it's there somewhere else. So it could also be a language issue too. Also, Uber drivers are disrespectful to people. I mean, I'm not going to say that Uber drivers are nice. However, even I have been nice to the representatives over the phone, and they're still upset, or they have some type of attitude, or they don't want to answer my question, or they give up this unfriendly vibe or energy when you're trying to talk with them. So Hertz does have an opportunity when it comes to customer service to the Uber drivers. And if Hertz has somebody listening to our videos, our thoughts, they're sending me these feedback forms, and I'm thinking about going in and doing a very nice, thorough feedback to Hertz. I'm trying to get my ideas out. But they're watching right now. Here's what I have to say to Hertz. Hertz needs to be very clear on what they want from us. Also, drivers, you got to be very clear from what you want from Hertz. But I will say, Hertz, your customer service when it comes for the driver may need it does need some help. Vinny actually did explain what happened to him. He had to give it back. They lost a customer that would have done very well for them because Vinny has 2,000 subscribers. He has a connection with, not that he of course knows the rideshare guy, but he knows somebody from the rideshare guy, and there would have if this was a smooth transaction for Vinny, it would have looked good for a lot of other rideshare drivers um, that may be thinking about getting a out of a Tesla. Now, why am I still in my Tesla? Because right now my Pathfinder is outside. There is something wrong with it where it jerks, so transmission it sounds like a transmission problem. I did spend a lot of money trying to fix the transmission the first time, and I cannot. The thing is, buying a car right now, especially the one that I want, is expensive. I would like to get into a Cadillac XT6 or a Lincoln Aviator, and the reason why is because that's where you get into your Premier or your Lux Black or Lux Black XL or your XL. I know that there may be some conversation where people say, "Oh, just stick with X," um, which is true. I can see why staying with X or Live Classic would be. the right move to do. But I believe that maybe we should jump in and get inside of an XL, a Comfort XL vehicle, or a Lyft or and Lyft XL. Have your options open, especially in South Florida. You have the option of InDrive to then have more options to make money. Because if you just have a Toyota Corolla, now, if your money can get you a Toyota Corolla, and your money only can get that, then get the Toyota Corolla. Don't jump and get the higher end vehicle. Um, Now, I'm not that I'm jumping because I can get it. I'm looking at interest rates, and the interest rate right now is 7, 8%. With my credit, it may hit maybe 9, 10, depending, because I do have a loan out there that I'm still paying off. I don't know how the auto finance departments would appreciate me. I'm not sure if I would have a nice bill. But if my bill is around $700 with insurance, about 900 for the month, I have no problem with that. That's what I'm looking for. The Lincoln Aviator satisfies that, and the Cadillac XT6 satisfies that 700, 750 payment with about a $200 to $250 insurance payment as well. Basically, I would say $1,000 for the month for the car, no problem. The Tesla, I'll go back to that. Um, the Tesla itself has been very good to me. I mean, you just get in the car and go. We now have access to the Tesla app. This has been 2 months that they have given us access. I wish. Let me see if I could show you guys just a. Hold on, the screen is kind of weird, and I got my ring light over there. But Tesla allows you to have that widget there. You can see the how much battery you have left. You can control the windows. You can control the air conditioning. Right now, it says I have a software update. I can download it right now while I'm sitting here because another thing too, they've actually activated the internet in the car, which is also cool as well, which I like. You can send the address from the phone to that. So if I have the customer and they're telling me, oh, I'm going to this address. If I verify through the Uber app, I could just go ahead and take the address, put it in this phone, and then send it to the car. Because I do have a second phone that I use for Uber, and that phone is over there. I'm not going to get up and get it, but that's fine. Um, yes, it's you said it's cool AF. Yep, yes it is. Tesla is cool. You know, you got the panel roof that looks really nice. You have a lot of people that ask you questions about it. I saw a job online that says Tesla advisor. I might need to be a Tesla advisor of how many questions I get in this car, and they're asking me about the charging, how much it costs. Of course, I'm renting, so I'll just tell them the cost if they were to buy. Um, about the features that I use as an Uber driver. I do use autopilot, well, the partial autopilot because I don't have the full version. I only have like what would be considered a smart cruise control, where I just read the lines and go. Um, yeah, it's been great. It is a bit of an expense. Average is about $2,300 to $2,400 a month with the Tesla rental because it's about 400 a week. But then when you add in all of the supercharging that I do, because I don't have a way where I could just put my wire out and drag it to the car. I mean, I could do an extension cord, but I don't want anybody tripping over the wire. Or I can go to a place where they do free charging. Like one of the things you just plug in your car and you can charge your car that way. Um, and Craig Crane says, when I win the Powerball, I'm going to walk into the Tesla dealership like I'm a Kardashian. Well, you know what? I believe in that. I believe, Craig Cray, that you may win the Powerball. Who knows? You're up there in northern Florida. You get one of them scratch tickets. Hey, I've been seeing a lot of people in Central Florida, northern Florida, win a lot of these Powerballs. You might get one of them $1 million ones off the scratch off, and then shoot. Now, if you get one of those Powerball, let me know on the side. I may want to get me one of them Tesla Model Ys. Just saying. But anyway, I do believe that you may be successful in that. So the Tesla rental has been bad to me. The car itself has bad quality material. The I did have to fix. Well, I didn't have to fix it, but not that I had to pay for it. No payment. But the window switch itself broke, and I just had to put it together, and somebody had to get somebody to do it. But one of the window switches broke, and then the column for the seatbelt, the shoulder part of the car. When I sat in, my arm, I accidentally hit my arm on it, and it came off. I pushed it back in, no problem. But the fact that it did it two times. So then I saw another Uber driver at a supercharger who had the same issue. She said, Nate, Cray Nate said, hey, I'll hook you up. That girl, hey, let me know. I want the Tesla Model Y in black with the black rims with the black seats. That's it. That car is going to qualify for Uber Premier X Comfort, Comfort Electric, Uber Green, depending on where you are. You get all those options. With Lyft Black, Lyft Black Excel, if you get the third row, and then Lyft Lux. So, but anyway, the Tesla itself does have soft and then hard breakable material. I go on the blogs. I see people complain about the same thing that happened to me: window switches and the arm where the shoulder thing where the seatbelt is at. Um, Yep, that's it with that car. It's been 9 months, been driving it. I mean, you just charge it up and go, no issue. Only with the touchscreen, I had an issue on the second month where it was frozen on the rear view camera. So I went to the blogs and they said to reset the whole entire computer, you have to hold down the two scroll wheels, press them in until the computer goes ahead and restarts itself. So that was my thing. But all in all, customers do like the car. When they do get in, I do understand when people do request Premiere. There are a few people because it is online that they do not like to see a Model 3 pick them up, especially a white Model 3. Because on the Uber passenger app, Uber, I hope you're listening. On the Uber passenger app, the color of the car before you request is black. When you request it and it says who's picking you up, then they tell you who the color is. The color of the car is it's going to say Ronald picking you up in a white Tesla Model 3. Uber may need to change, I don't know, something with the Premier UI user interface on the Uber passenger app. If people understand what I mean by that. So that's that. Now, there's a new company down here that's doing car rentals for Tesla. I mean, Tesla car rentals as well for Uber and Lyft, or literally for any gig work you want to do, which is Drive Whip. Now, I don't necessarily have a lot of information on it, but I'm going to tell you what I know from the dome. They have Tesla Model 3s and they have Tesla Model Ys. I haven't seen an S nor an X. I've only seen those two. Now, I've seen the Drive Whip rental on the road because they have the license plate holder, or what do you want to call it? Frame, the license plate frame that says um, it says Drive Whip on it. So I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I can go ahead and maybe see what they're about. I haven't seen what the down payment is. I haven't seen what the maintenance schedule looks like. I don't know what the rules are. Meaning, um, when if a car if I get into an accident and it's not my fault, can I get another one? Does it work like that? I still have to get more information through their website. They do have one. I know they have two types because I've seen a Y with the license plate frame that says Drive Whip, and I've seen the three with the license plate Drive Whip. Now, if you're going to Drive Whip, this is my plan. Let me tell you guys what my plan is. My plan is if because I'm if I can't fix my Nissan Pathfinder because I thought I could fix it. I thought I'd be able to go ahead and fix it and turn in the Tesla. But if I cannot fix the Pathfinder, I'm gonna have to suck it up, try to find a way how to pay it off or give it up, but some way so it doesn't affect my credit. I want to go to Drive Whip to get a Tesla rental because now, if I get into a black Model Y, which they have, um, you're not only gonna get Lux on Lyft, you're gonna get Lux Black and Lux Black XL if they have the third row. But if they don't have the third row, which I don't, well, the third row is kind of rare. But if they have only the two rows, you're gonna get Lux and Lux Black in the Uber, Comfort Electric, Premier, Comfort, and of course X and the regular ones. So you have an open book with your car. Also, you can put InDrive on it because it's not it's not just only for Uber, right? Hertz is with Uber. They have the special program. The registration is with Hertz. So you can't get the registration and you cannot get the insurance and go over to Lyft or somebody else to put the Tesla Model 3 on the program. Hertz also has Tesla Model Ys, but they're like 700 a week, and you're only with Uber. It don't even work that way. So drive with may be an option. Hopefully, I get to go ahead and do some more research on it to see. But so that's that. Other than that, I've been doing some driving when I can because of course I had the little the cold in my nose. Only been about a few days, week and a half ish. Um, so been driving the upfront fares have been respectable to my liking. And I do see a lot more complaints. I have been cherry picking more the rides that I do get. I have been meeting my goals 98% of the time, and what that means is my goal is $100 per shift, meaning when I work, I'm gonna make $100. I don't get to that as much because by the time I get closer to the 100, it's almost time for me to go home to go rest or get up for work. But I know that in other markets I've been seeing, people have been complaining about it. And I want to say this one thing. Let me just get settled in again. Let me relax here in the corner. I want to talk about these tips things. I've been saying it again. I've been saying this that rideshare is a want, not necessarily a need, because there are other things you can do to make money. Whereas it doesn't have to hinder you as much. Rideshare is quick money. It is. You get go in a car and you can make a quick buck if you have the eligible means of getting a car. If you cannot get a car because your credit is bad, nor if you have no down payment way of getting it, then you can't even drive for Uber or Lyft because you need a car or even food delivery. You know, you would need some type of vehicle to move you from A to B. So that's what, like, if you are unable to get a car, there's other things you can do to get money. You could do work from home if possible, if you're able to get in type of a laptop. There are things that may be out of your control for you not getting a car. What I'm saying is you don't necessarily. It's not necessarily a need. That's why I say it's a want. That's my opinion. We talked about it in the Rideshare Garage. We did have our discussion and debate about it. Um, which everybody has their own opinion about it. The other thing too is the tip thing. I have seen people on the Facebook groups that I follow that deal with Uber and Lyft or Instacart who say, "Well, if I don't get a tip up front, I'm not going to take your order." Now, as a driver, we don't see tips up front because we have to go pick you up. It gives us a price, and then we're in hopes that we do a good job that you give us a tip as a passenger. My thought process is this: I will do it consistently. I will do a good job consistently, even with my music that I have, the way my car smells, when I sanitize the car with my large Lysol lemon spray. You can go on to my description below and click the link. If you click the link, I do get a commission for you buying the Lysol from my Amazon affiliate page. Just putting that out there. Anyway, somebody gave it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for thumbing up the video. Um, my apologies, but I'm in hopes of getting a tip. If I don't get a tip, no problem. Last week, I'm gonna give an example. Last week, I got up out of the car to help a lady with her luggage. I put the luggage in, fix everything nice. I even opened up the door. Zero tip when I dropped her off, I didn't see a tip come in. I saw a tip come in, but it wasn't her. It was a $5 tip from a guy that was coming, I think, from work, and I got his tip. Now, I can go ahead and be upset. Hey, this person didn't tip me. What the word is going on? I put the thing, I put the luggage inside. I open the door. The car smells good, nice, clean, everything, and she didn't give me a tip. I could be upset. What happens the day after? Well, the tip comes through, and it's a $15 tip from her. What I am saying is, even with food delivery, right? 2020 was a bad time for tips because people were tip baiting like crazy. That term itself, tip baiting, was just all over the blogs of Uber and Eats, DoorDash, Instacart was the main one. They even made national news that people were tip baiting, putting high $200 tip, and then taking about $180 back, or even the whole tip back. And even the CEO of Uber, even though the CEO of Uber even experienced tip baiting on his end when he went to do his his rideshare and Uber Eats delivery thing, because he was apparently he was stuck inside the house, so he wanted to go out and do something. Even he experienced that, which that's another story I may want to get to in a second, or I may leave that for another video. But I am not liking the, oh, if they don't tip, I'm not going to get the delivery. I've seen people online cussing people out. You have not given me enough tip, nor have I gotten a tip for you at all. I've seen people go back to the house and confront people saying, hey, you haven't you told DoorDash that I didn't give you the order. And I'm thinking to myself, you went back to somebody's house to tell them off? What if this person has a gun? What if this person has a weapon that could attack you because you showed up back? Like, that's why I said this is wanted, not needed. You don't need to get stressed out that way. It is disrespectful that you are putting your gas in your car, going out to get the food and coming back. But let me tell you guys this. Maybe you guys, hopefully, maybe you guys have maybe seen this. I've been doing driving for Rideshare for 8 years. I've been doing some food delivery here and there in between for about 6 years. So I kind of have an idea with the rideshare space or gig space in general. A lot of times, some people really think that I work for Uber as an employee, or I work for DoorDash as an employee, not necessarily a contractor. And again, a lot of people don't know what an independent contractor is. Is it their fault? Yes, because they should learn what the company is, in my opinion. But nonetheless, they don't need to know. They don't have to know. And frankly, I mean, they don't have to go find out. Um, that's many times when they say, "Oh, do you work for Uber?" No, I do not work for Uber as an employee. I am an independent contractor that goes out when I want, turn on the phone, get the trip. If I don't like it, click decline. If I like it, I accept it. I go from A and I drop you off at B. If it's a multi-stop trip, multiple stops, I don't do multiple stop trips. Only if it's premier. If it's a premier trip and the person saying I got to go to the grocery store, the answer is yes. I will wait for you, because why? I happened to me last time. It was an upfront fare of $20 because I waited. It became a $60 fare waiting for 1 hour at the grocery store. And it was a basically 1 hour trip from beginning, waiting, to the end, dropping off. 1 hour, $60. So that's the only time I'll do it. But anyway, that's my flexibility. I have the option to do that. Now I don't have the option to choose what I want to get paid, because Uber controls that. But I have the ability to say no, I don't want the trip. So when it comes to this tip thing, it would be great for people to just really understand how this tip thing works on the driver's side, not to go ahead I made a video about this where I feel like social media, the rideshare space of social media, has enraged the driver, also even the customer too, because customers could see what drivers do when they throw the bag somewhere, or They put the pizza at the AC vent, and it could be a fake. It also could be a fake channel talking about, oh, this is the DoorDash delivery. I'm gonna put the AC because the person didn't tip, not knowing when the person gets the pizza box, they may hand you a $50 bill. But no one's not thinking that. People love the drama, they love the negativity, and they start having um, we start having issues. This fight between the passenger and the driver. I do give blame to Uber on that and Lyft and these rideshare companies because of the pricing, the behaviors of the gig worker has dropped dramatically into the negative realm when you're talking about pure customer service. And I'll say this to you guys. I myself am scared to order food. Why? Because I see the other end of the Uber driver who picks up my food. I don't know what he or she will do with it. Will they come to my house? Also, will they try to look for my house? I had a guy, this is 2 years ago, and I ordered Indian food, and I was like, I'm tired, I don't want to get it. I could get it, but I'm already home, and I ordered it ahead of time. So by the time I come home, I should have it in front of my door. I come home, my food is not picked up yet. I can see why, because it's bouncing from driver to driver. Fine, I understand that, especially if the restaurant's taking forever to make the food. I finally get the person. The person comes near my neighborhood, and my apartment is specifically a number that you can see in the front. It's not blindsided. Also, I'm outside the apartment just in case to get the food from this person. And what ends up happening is he is two apartments down. He stops, he gets out the car. I'm waving at him. Of course, he may not know if it's me or not. He might think I'm a crazy person. But what I do see is he's just running inside the building. I had to call him. Hey, this is Ron. I believe you ran into the wrong apartment. Very nice. Oh no, but it said this, it said this. I said, well, just to ask, did you look at the apartment number? Did you look at the building number? No, no, no. The pinpoint said this. It said it's here. I've delivered in my own neighborhood. I know if there's an issue here or not. And actually, it's not. I actually live in a nice neighborhood where I mean, nice neighborhood when it comes to the way of how you can come and drop off the food. You don't have to go up and down the stairs because I don't live in a apartment. I don't live in a third, fourth floor. You know, I'm on the first floor. I'm good. First floor. I don't like third floor. So you just come right in to the gate. I don't have a code. And plus I'm waiting outside anyway. So he said the pinpoint's here. I said, okay. I said, no problem. Can you just drop down? He says, okay. He comes down. I look at the phone. I said, I just want to make sure because I want to make sure, you know, that the pinpoint is okay. I look at the pinpoint. The pinpoint is where I'm at. It's where he's at, and is where the pinpoint I put for the place. So I said, I looked at him. He looked at it. He was like, "Oh, I don't know what happened." Da 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 da. No problem. I wasn't mad at the guy. I was like, "Hey, look, you know." But what that lets me know is, would he have gone and tried to see the apartment number, the building number? You know, see, I do that. I will try to find that number, and I'll go and be at the number, and then the customers will be like, "Oh, no, I'm at this apartment." I'm like, "What's the building number?" 640. Okay, well, I have on here 600. And I said, well, give me a moment. I have to go drive to 640. Oh, I'm so sorry. Da, 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 da. Tip you. Okay, no problem. And I get the tip. Did I still tip this guy that gave me the order? Yes, I did. I gave him a $5 tip because the Indian restaurant is literally around the corner. Needless to say, I'm not expecting for a tip. I don't think we need to be attacking the passengers for attacking the passengers for not tipping. And I'm bringing this up again because it's coming up again on my Facebook feed. I see it on Twitter, on X. I see it on the Reddit group. You know, I'm not liking it, and I know I spent a lot of time on the tip part. That's just my opinion with that. Next thing I want to say, and this will be the last item because I do have to go out and go do some driving. Um, is I see that we got new drivers that are coming in. I know gas has gone up again. I see that jobs have looks like W-2 jobs have shrunk, so more people are coming in to drive for the Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, those programs, and I see the cars because I see a nice Lexus LS. If you guys, this is what I saw. Matter of fact, I want to show you the car. The reason I want to show the car is because Lexus LS 500. The reason I want to show it to you is because if I can find a nice. The reason I want to show it to you is because it's a rare car to see. That's a Lexus LS 500. That is a full size sedan. Top trim goes out for about 150. Base trim is 90,000. To get this is a 2021 model that I showed you because that's the one I saw. A used one right now is going for 48,000. And the person I saw may have already got the car. I don't know. Maybe whatever situation he had, maybe he got laid off his nice $200,000 job. Now he's driving Uber or Lyft with the car because I've seen the Lyft symbol in the car. So I've seen that. I've seen three S classes. A brand new 2024 S class is about 130,000. If you get the base model, it's about 99. If you get a used S class, it's about $43,000 with its 2021. I've seen three 2022 Mercedes Benz S class. I've seen about two handfuls of the brand new Escalade, not the older one, the brand new Escalade, the ESV, and the short body. Suburbans are all over the place. The brand new Yukons are all over the place. I'm seeing a lot of newer vehicles. Porsche, I've seen Porsche, Jaguar, driving Uber and Lyft. And it's not one or two. I mean, these are cars that I'm seeing multiple times throughout the 4 or 5 months. So I can see that people who may have had white collar jobs are now driving into the space. And the reason I'm bringing this up is you, as a driver who may have been driving for some time, or you may have not, maybe you may not have the expensive car. Uh, Start looking. You got to learn your market. Please learn your market. I see a lot of people go on to Facebook and they ask, "What's the best place to drive?" Well, like Eddie says from Driving in Style, drive for 12 hours, and you'll see what the best places for you to drive. And look at it this way: the best places for you to drive that are eventful, right? So for me, I made videos about being at the train station. We have the Bright Line train station. Tickets start about $30 and they end at about $85. So these are high end tickets. It's a high end train, leather seats, snacks. You have alcoholic beverages on the train. So this type of customer will be using Premier or XL or Comfort to get from the train station to their home because the Brightline train in Florida used to have Teslas as a separate entity that would pick you up from the house if it was within a 5 mile radius. They no longer have that. They use another company, and I really can't remember what the name of that company is. However, that company is like big buses they use. They no longer have the Teslas. So now the passenger is looking for Uber and Lyft to pick them up. Lyft used to be a partner of Brightline, but I believe that contract ended. So now many people are just getting into whatever they want to get into, Uber and Lyft. So I'm looking at the timetable and to see when the train comes. I'm on Premier mode, the Premier ride type to get the car, to get the client. And that's when I was doing it consistent, because at the time when I was getting out of work, I was able to get that customer because I did my research and understood the amount of passengers. So the amount of passengers at 6 o'clock was the largest amount of passengers that got off the train. I would have a higher chance of getting a Premier ride, which actually was successful. Trial Row Station is more of your 9 to 5 worker. They will be using X. However, it is a guaranteed trip. So if I need to make my 30 trips for Hertz, I know I can go to the tri-rail station. Again, where I want to drive that's eventful, because that's how I learn where I need to go. So if you are a new driver, and if you're watching this and you have a friend that's a new driver, let them know to do their research of where they want to drive. Now, if you're driving at night, you may not be comfortable with certain areas. I'll say to you, don't drive where you're not comfortable, because you're not going to make money. Why do I say that? It's because you're going to be stressed out. You may be looking at trips on your phone. You might be like, oh my gosh, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. Go to the area that you're comfortable with, so you have that energy and be motivated to continue making that money. That's the way that I look at it. So that's like what Eddie from Driving in Style says: drive for 12 hours, see what you like, use your event pages on the website to see where you go. I said look at train stations, Greyhound, bus stops. Heck, if you're up in a small country town, you may have a bar road. If you are comfortable picking up people from the bar, if that's what you do, that's what you do. Or you may want to pick up the 9 to 5 worker and be their transportation. Plazas. I wait. I live right next to a plaza. I'll wait right here, have X on, and get somebody at the at right here at the Chipotle, because Chipotle closed at 11. So at about 11:45, I'll get somebody from there, which has happened 2 times with the same person, that's going home about 10 minutes away. It's a $5 trip, but I know I'm going to get that trip. It's guaranteed. Especially in a time where people are now trying this new Uber thing out, or new Lyft thing. That's what they're thinking in their head because they're a new driver. So I'll say do that. That is my thing for new drivers. Anyway, I don't want to ramble too much because I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated. It's been about 47 minutes on this live. I don't believe I did a live this long before, but I hope you guys enjoyed the live. I've seen the top amount of people watching with 3, and now I only have 1 person watching. So whoever's watching right now, thank you very much for watching. Whoever has stayed here, thank you for watching. And whoever liked, thank you for watching again. Like the video, dislike the video. Please tell me what you guys think about the live in the comment section below. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night. Happy Saturday. And I hope that you meet your goals in 2023. Peace out.